Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. I have some weird flashback issues with, I don't know what, my concealer, my powder? I don't know why it's right there, so I apologize if this looks weird. Trying to move on from that. Today I have my Sherlock Holmes mug. It has a bunch of quotes from Sherlock Holmes. It's just super cute. My mom got this for me for my birthday, as well as several other things, which I'm going to do another what I got for my birthday video, but it is very Star Wars heavy. I don't think there's any books. There might be one book, but it's very Star Wars heavy. I will still do it because I do it every year, but just so you know, this is a part of it in case I forget in the video. So today's video is going to be my August TBR. You know the drill for all of this. We're going to be going over all of the books that I hope to read in August. So let's just get into it. First off, for my 23 books to read in 2023 challenge, I need to catch up on it because I have to read at least 2, maybe 3 books a month at this point to finish. So I went ahead and put the rest of this series on here because it's on the challenge and it's a series. So I need to read A Gathering of Shadows and A Conjuring of Light by B.E. Schwab. These are the next 2 books in the A Darker Shade of Magic series, and as all of you know, I'm sure, Rings of Power. Threads of Power, the newest book in this world, is coming out in August? Is it out? If it's not out, it is coming out soon, and I desperately need to catch up and finish the series, so I'm planning on reading the next 2 installments in August. There's not a lot to say about these books because I don't know what's in these and it would spoil the plot of the first one. But in the first one, basically, you're following Kel, who has magic, and he can travel between worlds. There are 4 different Londons: Red London, Black London, Grey London, and White London, except Black London no longer exists because magic corrupted it and it became dead basically. And there's certain rules with this magic, and Kel accidentally transports one of these magical objects to another London, which is never supposed to happen, and chaos ensues. So, hoping to be able to finish that series. We'll see what I think of it then. Next book that I'm trying to read, partially because it's on Audible's Plus catalog right now, and I need to cancel my Audible membership. It's just one of those things, I just need to cancel it. But I was hoping to be able to listen to this audiobook for free, even though I own the book. I don't know, I just really wanted to listen to it, so I'm planning on doing that in August, and that is Holland the Solace by Denali Day. I've just heard, this is Decory Bride series. I picked this up because it's dragons, and it is a fantasy romance series. I've heard people rave about this, and I've never heard of it, seen it until I bought it, and heard her talk about it, so I'm gonna give it a shot, see what I think. Maybe I will like it, maybe I will not like it. I don't like the cover, but you know, I'm curious, so we're gonna give it a shot. So on the back it says, he'll mark her flesh, she'll claim his heart. Basically the main character, Jocelyn, is weeks away from marrying a rival lord in order to save her house, but she finds herself in the clutches of an ancient beast, which to this point she's only ever heard of in legends. And the beast master is a wild man, so it's kind of like that, I don't know, Norse Viking situation. And he's insisting that she is actually his bride by right, whatever that means. And he plans to seal this claim in blood. So they're Wyvern riders. Just trying to catch a fly. So they're Wyvern riders, that's cool. And he's like, yes, I have this girl of my dreams, fantastic. But he realizes he only has a short amount of time to kind of win her over. So, you know, it sounds interesting, cute, fun, whatever. I like that they're Wyvern riders. That's fun. We'll see. And also, to continue my 23 in 2023 challenge, I would like to get to A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the 2nd installment in the Cursebreaker series, and I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm curious to get to this because it does follow Gray, who was my favorite character in the first one. And I've heard if you like Gray, you will like where the story goes, but those that didn't like how the story went. Very convoluted, but anyway. So I'm hoping to get to this as well. And if you don't know about the first one is a Beauty and the Beast retelling where the prince turns into a beast, a horrible beast, and they don't really know what it is, and then he'll slaughter a bunch of people every time he turns into it. and he wants to break the curse, and the only way to break the curse is to have somebody fall in love with you, Beauty and the Beast, etc. And Harper is the main character, and she actually has cerebral palsy, so she has some disability representation and things. There's also like a little bit of portal time traveling situation because she was in the modern world and then she gets drugged into the magical world. So I'm curious to see how this plot develops and where Gray goes. The next one that I'm anxious to get to, because I did pre-order this on Audible and it did hit my account, is The Bonesmith by Nikki Palpretto. And this is book 1 in the House of the Dead series. And it says Gideon the Ninth meets Game of Thrones White Walkers in this dark young adult fantasy about a disgraced ghost fighting warrior who must journey into a haunted wasteland to rescue a kidnapped prince. Ready your blade, defeat the undead. I think that in and of itself, if you read nothing else of the synopsis, sounds amazing. And I've never read anything by Nikki Palpretto. I know she wrote the like Crown of Feathers series, and I did really want to read that. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But this came up and I was really curious about it, and so I'm anxious to get to this. It just came out like on the 25th of July. Sounds like there's like dead that linger, so kind of zombie creatures. But a bonesmith can sever the connection of the ghost from the earthly remains, and then it like goes away. So that's kind of interesting. So I guess as a bonesmith, they're able to kind of take care of this problem. And this character is wanting to become that, because if she becomes a bonesmith, then she'll be able to like solidify her place in the House of Bone and, you know, get the attention of her father that she's kind of desperate for and really wants his approval. But there's a sabotage which causes her to fail her trial, and she's banished to the border wall, which is kind of like the last defense of the kingdom, and that's where all of the dead are left unchecked, so it's very dangerous. And she wants to reclaim her family's respect, so when she finds out that a prince has been kidnapped, she, you know, volunteers to go save him on this dangerous quest. And on this quest, she ends up teaming up with her sworn enemy, who's an enemy of her family. They caused the breach in the first place, which is this dangerous landscape that she has to go through in order to get the prince. And more things unfold as they go. But it sounds really interesting. I'm very intrigued by it. It sounds fun. I kind of understand the references it's saying about Game of Thrones at the wall. I don't really get the Gideon the Ninth thing simply because I haven't read it, but it does sound really good and I'm hoping to really enjoy that. Let me know if that's on any of your TBRs for this month. Well, for August. And last but not least, we just need to do my shelf pick for August. You guys know the drill at this point as well, but I have a bunch of my sprayed edges books in this Death Star mug. And we pick out one every month so that I can try to read the books that I'm actually getting in my book boxes instead of them just sitting there. So let me go ahead and pick one out. It always makes me so nervous. I have no idea why, it just does. Okay. I'm always scared. Mindwalker. This is why I'm scared. Let me get it. Okay, so I drew Mindwalker by Kate Dillon. This was a Goldsboro book for one of the months last year. This year? For one of the months. last year. And I do not remember what this is about. I know it's a sci-fi book. Let me see. 18-year-old Sil Sarah is determined to die a legend, but with only 12 months left before the supercomputer grafted into her brain kills her, her time is quickly running out. In the 10 years Sil has been rescuing field agents for the Syntex Corporation by commandeering their minds from afar and leading them to safety, she hasn't lost a single life, and she's not about to start now. But when a critical mission goes south, Sil is forced to flee the very company she once called home. Desperate to prove that she's not a traitor, she infiltrates the Analog Army, an activist faction working to bring Syntex down. Her plan is to win back her company's trust by destroying the group from within. Instead, she and the Army's reckless leader, Ryder, uncover a horrifying truth that threatens to undo all the good she's done. With her tech rapidly degrading and her new ally keeping dangerous secrets of his own, she must find out a way to stop Syntex in order to save her friends, her reputation, and maybe even herself. That's right, I do remember the supercomputer part in her brain. So, I'm not really feeling a sci-fi at this moment, but that's okay. I will give it a shot. We'll see how that goes. I need to read these books as well. Yeah, sounds scary. Well, those are all of the books that I'm planning on reading in August. Please comment down below and let me know what you thought of this list. If there's any that you're interested in hearing my thoughts on, any of them you're interested in reading, or what you're gonna read in August. I would love to know, because I'm always, unfortunately, growing my TBR. But as for now, that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.